With Nobleboy returning to GD and having achieved several high scores on Bloodlust in only a few days of practice, it stands to reason that we may not be waiting for Bloodlust much longer. With the thought of this new legendary demon that has received worldwide coverage finally being realised, many are excited, and with the views available and the fame on offer for the victors, it's likely that the likes of Sunix and Wuxi will get cracking on it straight away. Bloodlust has always been considered the hardest of the hard levels, the ultimate and the absolutely unreal achievement. But now, 18 months on from its original creation, there are harder levels out there. At the moment, one of the currently emerging questions is what will come after Bloodlust. GD difficulty has been increasing like rungs on a ladder for the past year. We had Bloodbath and Thanatos, followed by Artificial Ascent and Devil Vortex difficulty levels, then we moved up again to Zafkiel difficulty levels, and that sort of general area in and around and under Jakerz difficulty, and now we have a new, more established rung, Ouroboros, Plasma Pulse Finale, Sonic Wave and Gamma type difficulty, and this top level of Extreme Demon. Bloodlust, when verified, is going to establish the rung above it. So what will come after this difficulty, and what will grow beyond it? Well, that's what we're going to be looking at today. I, with the help of EndLevel, compiled a list of a few levels I think will lead the progression of GD difficulty, and so we're going to be recapping them in the order I believe they will begin to emerge. Please note before we begin, this is an opinion based video and nothing in it can be taken as facts until the events occur. In this video there may be some opinions on difficulty of levels that you don't agree with. If this is the case, please do not flip out in the comments. Instead, calmly make your point known so that others may join the discussion with you. Enjoy! The first level to talk about is Crimson Planet, an upcoming Extreme Demon Mega Collab by TrueOmega that has been in the news recently as it is Wuxi999's first massive verification project, but it isn't getting as much attention as it's worth in my opinion. This level is like Devil Vortex on crack, and the version Wuxi went 41 to 100 on will be number 1 in an instant. At the moment there is a big debate as to whether Sonic Wave is too overrated on the list, with a large portion of the community believing that Plasma Pulse Finale is now the hardest demon at the moment. Personally, I don't really care to comment on matters like these on this type of video, so I don't come across as biased, but what I will say is that the top 4 at the moment can be swapped around very easily as their difficulties are so close and comparable and very interchangeable. Crimson Planet should be the level to break that mould, as there will be no doubt when it's out that it will stay above Sonic Wave. When Sonic Wave is fully ousted from the top with no doubt, I believe it will fall further below the entries it is currently above, like with what happened to Jakerz. Crimson Planet is set to be the new number 1 demon, and it has also allegedly been buffed again now, and most are comparing it to the difficulty of Bloodlust. So this is Wuxi's first major project and big break. So throughout this video I'm going to be keeping a running simulation of the top 10, and I'll be adding what comes after Bloodlust to it. I'm going to be putting Crimson Planet at number 2 as I just can't see it pushing Bloodlust from the top within a few weeks of its release. The next demon I'm predicting that will come after is redefine. Redefine is the Allegiance sequel that was revealed in very early 2017 and was meant to complement buffed unnerfed Allegiance at Jakerz difficulty, and then Anathema would follow at Bloodlust difficulty. However, times have changed and all 3 levels died, and now it seems that redefine is the prevailing one. Aquiva, the former verifier, dropped it a few days ago and now EndLevel has it, and he says it is the hardest thing he will have ever beaten, saying that it's definitely harder than Bloodlust. I'm super hyped for this level as it's a great looking sequel to a seriously underappreciated level in the form of Allegiance, and EndLevel is making super fast progress on it, so I can't see us having to wait very long for it after Crimson Planet. However, as for whether it will place number 1 is another issue. I don't know how hard the level is, but regardless, I think there could easily be a potentially similar situation on the demons list that there is with Sonic Wave and Plasma Pulse Finale now. Even if a sizable portion of the community believe redefine is harder, Bloodlust could still potentially prevail. However, over time, as Bloodlust victors emerge before redefine victors, I believe redefine will eventually be placed above it, so long as it is as hard as EndLevel says it is. So thinking long term, we might actually see redefine hit the number 1 and Bloodlust fall to number 2. Not a number 1 demon, but something I think we should talk about quickly is Ouroboros, the next big Geostorm and Extended Creators Mega Collab, from the same bloodline but not limited to Jakerz and Bloodbath. Ouroboros looks as if it will be in verification for a while yet, so it's unlikely that we'll see it before redefine, Bloodlust and Crimson Planet. However, it will be in and around the mix I think, being harder than Jakerz. I predict that when released it will be about as hard as Gamma. Whether it will go above and below remains to be seen, however in this case I'm going to say it will go just below, as the gameplay looks ever so slightly less frustrating than in Gamma. If it is released within the predicted time frame, we could be looking about 7th on the future demons list. The next demon to talk about is everybody's favourite visual assault on one's senses, Woodkid. Woodkid was originally feared to have gone dead after its previous verifier EndLevel quit, and EndLevel himself said that the level was absolutely impossible, comparable to Unnerv's Silent Clubstep difficulty. In the last few days, however, the creator Jakerz has come out and said that Woodkid is very much alive, and now hopefully it will be verified by Boldstep. Boldstep said the level has been cleaned up and now runs much more smoothly, and this will be his biggest ever project. I'm not exactly sure where the new version will place. I'm confident it won't oust Revenant at the top, but it might also not oust Bloodlust and Crimson Planet, given how exceptionally hard both of them are. Potentially, I could see the new version of Woodkid placing around 4th once verified, away from Plasma Pulse Finale and Sonic Wave and the like, but below Bloodlust, Crimson Planet and Revenant. On the same page as Woodkid, its heavily inspired cousin, Catharsis, is currently in the works, and according to $C, this is also set to be verified by Boldstep. I don't know if blinding levels are becoming his thing, but I'm not sure if Catharsis will be harder than Woodkid, as it looks a lot cleaner from what we've seen, so I'd say it will probably go at 5th, still perhaps above Plasma Pulse Finale and Sonic Wave. The next levels to talk about are the 2 Sonic Wave Legacy levels, Cosmic Cyclone, the official sequel, as Sonic Wave Infinity, the absolutely crazy mega buff, and the rebirth of Sonic Wave. I know I said in my Cosmic Cyclone video that I don't think it will be harder than Bloodlust, but I've changed my mind on this now. Also, Riot said the level is on hold for some extra unknown reason, and so I think we could potentially see either an extension or a buff to complement this. I've saved it until this far into the video because I think that this is the sort of time we would be waiting for it, but I think Cosmic Cyclone will be released before Sonic Wave Infinity and will place 2nd, above Bloodlust and Crimson Planet but below Revenant. The next one to consider is Sonic Wave Infinity. Many debated whether this is harder than Bloodlust, but it just keeps getting reviewed and rebalanced to be harder and harder every time Sonic starts to get even remotely close. I'm pretty confident in saying that Sonic Wave Infinity will be harder than Cosmic Cyclone when verified, so as for where to put it on this list, it's in the top 2. Now, EndLevel thinks that Revenant will be harder, and he's got points given the wide variety of gameplay as opposed to just extreme waves. However, I do think it will get to the point where Sunix will demonstrate his ultimate ability on us and will buff Sonic Wave Infinity and verify it to be the #1 demon no matter what is on the list at the time. So I'm going to place Sonic Wave Infinity in 1st on the future list. By this point on our future list, Sonic Wave is on the verge of falling out of the top 10, and we're not even counting the other levels that will compromise the top 10 alongside this. Now life gets very interesting. We're away from all the standard, expected upcoming levels, and we're into some more abstract ones now, and now we're away from the likes of Sunix, Wuxi and co as well, and we're back onto Nobleboy, with his post-Bloodlust Beast level Orochi by Platnuu. Orochi was originally meant to be a well-decorated, totally impossible level, but when Nobleboy learned of the project, he convinced Platnuu to leave it possible, but make it the ultimate level, coining the phrase Supreme Demon. I never used to like this level at first, but it's definitely grown on me substantially, as it has quite a creative style and some cool art. It's also majorly difficult and will be Nobleboy's next big project. I've put it towards the end of the video because if Nobleboy starts working on it right away after Bloodlust, I genuinely believe that it will take him this long to complete and verify. Obviously, we've got no actual dates to determine this time frame, but I think that working it out via the order of verifications is as close a projection to the actual events as we'll get. If Nobleboy can pull this off, then Orochi will be 1st in an instant. I'm not sure how far from Sonic Wave Infinity's difficulty it will go, but I think it will hinge just above. Orochi is already being groomed to be the ultimate demon when released, however there is still more I have considered to come after. Innards by Kaito is not that well known a level, and it doesn't look that challenging at first glance, but it is pure hell, and definitely set to be the hardest thing ever verified. If you're watching this and thinking, this level doesn't look too hard, well, so was I for a long time, but on discussing this with EndLevel, he said he couldn't even complete a practice run of this, it was just too hard. Currently, only Cincy can really beat it in practice, and he currently has 50%, though the second half of the level looks way harder. I can't really comment on this level as it looks so misleading yet is said to be so intangibly difficult. However, this is it, if you would. Whether or not this will be verified is a different story, but as Cincy can do it in practice and EndLevel can't, it does seem to be in the most capable hands possible. The final thing I want to go over quickly is a level named Tartarus that has achieved some recognition thanks to recent coverage from Riot, but has been around from as early as since mid-2015, before Bloodbath's planning. It used to be named Silent Akbar, but it now seems Riot has revived it, and we're not really 100% sure what he's doing with it, but it does seem like it's currently impossible, and was made to be impossible, so we'll just have to see what happens. I included this at the end because I don't think this is an after Bloodlust level per se, it's just more a possibility of what lies beyond. Where it will go from here will be interesting to see. So if we take a look at our simulated list now, excluding Tartarus, we have an insane comparison. Innards marks the top spot, with Bloodlust down to 6th. Sonic Wave is out of the top 10 and Ouroboros is on the verge of falling out of the top 15. The 10 levels mentioned and covered today are, in my opinion, the levels of the future, and I hope this can go some way towards helping you visualise what will come after Bloodlust. What do you think will come after? What do you think of the ordering? Have your say in the comments below, but make sure to be respectful to others' opinions. I thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please smash that like button, and if you're new around here, if you could consider subscribing, then it would really help me out. Thanks a lot guys, I'll see you all soon.